I'm admiring the beautiful view, deep divers. Oh, so kind of you to join me. Breathe with me, deep divers. We can do better than that. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Another beautiful day. It is super beautiful. Look at this place, deep divers. I'm like in a fairy tale right now. Where the fairies at? Now, overcome peer pressure today. Prepare yourself to say no. And right now, with everything that's happening on the planet, this is the greatest time to learn how to overcome peer pressure. I told you, they are going very hard right now in terms of vaccinations, in terms of lockdown. And in New York, they have made the vaccine mandatory for government workers. And in California, the same thing is happening. They're mandating the vaccine. So a lot of people are being faced with peer pressure right now. I got a question that came to me from a young lady who's like, Ralph, right now, I'm not feeling what's going on the planet. And I have a mind of my own. But my whole family is like, hey, you better get the double jab. You better get the double jab as soon as you can. And I'm not feeling that. Like, how do I deal with this amount of peer pressure? I'm even getting peer pressure from my friends. Like, they think I'm crazy because I've got a mind of my own. Like, how can I deal with this peer pressure? And that's a great question. We got a whole lot to talk about. Raising the frequency, raising the vibration. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? First and foremost, never say yes to someone when it's a no to yourself. Slow motion this side. One of the most powerful words you can say in these days and times of a global pandemic is no. No is the most powerful word you can say when it comes to becoming your greatest version. Because let's face it, deep divers, there is peer pressure left, right, center. Why do people succumb to peer pressure? Because human beings love to conform. This is what has helped human beings to evolve by working together. And part of working together is doing what the crowd is doing. Nobody wants to be the odd one out. Nobody wants to feel isolated from the group. So we just do what the rest of the group are doing. But if the rest of the group are drinking Kool-Aid, it's kind of a bad idea if we follow too, right? So right now, we're going to have to learn how to have an emotional backbone. Nothing is more powerful than you standing in your truth, than you standing in your freedom. This is what's needed of you to overcome peer pressure. Let me tell you this. Every single day when you are around people who are saying you must do this, you must do that, always raise a question mark. You didn't come here to be forced to do something against your will. Being free is your birthright. And right now, you're going to have to learn that there is going to be more peer pressure every single day. This peer pressure is going to grow and grow. And you're going to have to prepare yourself to say no. First and foremost, let me tell you this. When a global pandemic is so deadly, you need a marketing campaign? Have a question mark. Let me tell you this as well. This is the first time in human history where people are more afraid of the vaccine than the actual disease. That should tell you something. A lot of people are having doubts, and I'm here to tell you, your doubts are valid. You having discernment, which is the ability to judge well, is valid. Don't allow anyone right now to gaslight you and say you're crazy because you're not on board. No, what you're doing is standing in your truth, standing in your power, and that is commendable. If only everybody could say no, the whole world would be a better place. A lot of people are weak, and if they see the crowd doing something, they want to do it too. The crowd is the matrix. And right now, we got the cat down the road over there saying, yes, Ralph. That's why the cat down the road is always alone, deep divers, because when you learn how to go within and live your truth, you realize that it's better to be alone and head in the right direction than follow the crowd and go in the wrong direction. What? Slow motion this side. Overcome the peer pressure today. Prepare yourself emotionally to say no. Let me tell you this, deep divers. It is freedom over fear. When someone is afraid, they just say yes to anything. It's a cry for help, though. It's not really how they feel. And we have to learn every single day to have the courage to do the unpopular thing. Because friends and family might turn against you. But if you can have a thick skin and say no, enough is enough, eventually you will win more respect that way in the long term. Now, how do we overcome peer pressure? Let me give you some advice. What's helped me along my journey? Okay, this always works. First and foremost, ask. Woo! We did a little moonwalk back then. Ask 1,001 questions. Can we do that again? Ask 1,001 questions, deep divers, to say, hey, the 3 W's, okay? Why? What? Where? Always ask yourself these questions every single day. Why do I have to do this? When? Why? These 3 W's change everything. And this is really how to learn to overcome peer pressure today. This is really how to learn to prepare yourself emotionally to say no. Ask more questions. Ask yourself. Ask them. Ask them, what is in that? Ask them for all the studies. And the more questions you ask people, the more you reclaim your power. A fool asks no questions. A wise woman, a wise cat down the road asks infinite amount of questions. When we talk of overcoming the peer pressure today, deep divers, prepare yourself emotionally to say no. It starts like this. Keep repeating your position. Keep repeating your position. Don't back down. Don't go on your knees. Stand strong and say, this is what I believe in. I'm willing to stand in my truth. And the more you repeat yourself coming from that position, the more people have no choice but to deal with it. And this is how we overcome this peer pressure that's on the planet right now. This is how we all grow emotionally stronger to say no. Also, have evidence, deep divers, and do your own research so you can back up your claims, okay? And this is how to avoid the peer pressure. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure you know why you don't want to go along with the crowd in this tacky carnival funhouse. And when you bring the receipts, this is how to overcome the peer pressure. Because if you are looking a little bit shaky, baby, anything someone says to you will sway you. And this is why a lot of people, when this thing first started, a lot of people are like, you know what? I'm not going to be a humanoid. I'm not getting the triple jab, this, that. But now all of a sudden they switch sides. Because that's what peer pressure does. Even people who are like, no, no. They're just like, yes, yes. And it's only those who have a keen knowledge, an in-depth knowledge of who they truly are the people who are able to overcome the peer pressure. Remind yourself, it's not personal. Right now, Many people are being divided. This is exactly what the inorganic ones want. They want to put you against your mom, you against your dad, your brother, your sister, even close friends. And this is why the person who asked, Ralph, I'm having so much peer pressure from my family, right? So when you learn, and I had to learn this, that we aren't only born into a family and that's it. We also have an extended family, deep divers. We got a soul tribe, and there are people out there just like you, just like me, who get it. Yes, unite with these people, connect with people who remind you who you are, surround yourself with people who make you feel like sunlight, who don't judge you for the way you feel, and this is how to overcome the peer pressure. Remind yourself, the most powerful word you can say is no. 7-day vegan challenge. I've been a vegan for over 15 years. Now, when I first started, there was a lot of peer pressure. Everyone on the table was eating meat, hamburgers, hot dogs, steak. And they're like, Ralph, do you want some? I'm like, no. They're like, Ralph, stop being such a sissy. I'm like, no. They're like, Ralph, we're not going to talk to you. I'm like, yeah. I was almost about to say yes. Then I said, you know what? If you're going through all of that, I don't want to be your friend anyway, because you're not a real friend. A real friend is someone who accepts you for who you are. You tell him, Ralph. A real friend is someone who doesn't judge you for who you are. You tell him, Ralph. And this is how to overcome peer pressure, the peer pressure today in this ever-changing world. Prepare yourself emotionally to say no. Remind yourself that when you say no to someone, they should accept it. They should respect it. And if they don't, that's too bad. You don't have to do something to make people feel comfortable when it's going against your own will. Remind yourself, one of the 4 agreements, it's not personal. It's never personal. And therefore, even if everyone you know, everyone in your family or even friends are like, hey, I am so for this new world order, that's okay. Because they are still on their journey. They still have lessons to learn. They still have lessons to learn. You have ascended. You can see the bigger picture that actually they are trying to take away our freedoms. And I'm here to remind you, we are the 99%. You are not alone. You are not alone. You've never been alone. And we are all in this together. So unite with your fellow brother and sister, because we are our support network. We are all we have. Deep divers, let me talk to you. Prepare yourself emotionally to say no. Overcome the peer pressure today. A lot of these celebrities, mainstream celebrities, and by the way, we are the celebrities, deep divers, okay? But the mainstream matrix celebrities, a lot of them, they are encouraging their fans to get the double jab and just get plugged into the matrix. So there's even a lot of peer pressure from people who aren't even doctors who are telling you what to do. Isn't that something, deep divers? So you got to remind yourself that, hey, be thankful for this, because now they're showing you their true colors. Anytime someone wants to force you to do something, that's a form of manipulation. Anytime someone calls you crazy for what you believe in, that's called gaslighting. It's when someone makes you doubt your own sanity, to say, hey, am I going crazy? Maybe they got a point. No. Don't be a victim of gaslighting, deep divers. So much is happening. And to overcome this peer pressure today, to prepare yourself emotionally to say no, always have more awareness than the general public, okay? So a lot of people don't think for themselves. And this is why they conform. People who think for themselves never conform. They never follow the crowd. They always follow their intuition. And to overcome peer pressure, whether it's through friends saying, hey, drink some alcohol, or take these drugs, or do this. If you want to stand in your power, you're going to have to learn that you have to know thyself. And you're going to have to learn that a lot of people who just comply and conform, they don't know who they are. It's monkey see, monkey do. There is something called mirror neurons, right? So when someone smiles at you, like, you want to smile back. That's a natural thing to do. We copy each other. We're copycats as human beings. This is how we've evolved. We have to actually break that programming to realize that this can now get us in trouble. Doing what everyone else is doing what other sheep are doing will only lead you to the slaughterhouse. What? Slow motion this side. A question that you should ask people who are just so on board with everything that's happening, who are trying to get you to conform as well. Ask them this. How can you be social and distant at the same time? That's an oxymoron. It doesn't even make sense. Ask them this. How come pharmaceutical industries, companies are not liable if something happens to you? Question. Now they have to go and think about it. And the pressure is off you. It's now on them. Slow motion this side. Question. If I need a face mask, but I just had the double jab, why do I need the face mask? Question. When you learn to question other people, the pressure is off you now. Now they have to do the research. Questions lead to greater intelligence. And there should always be more questioning. This is how we free ourselves every single day. Critical thinking is how you release the pressure. Start questioning even your own programmed family members who are just watching the news every single day and who are in fear every single day. Question them to say, hey, how do you know what you're talking about? Oh, I just heard it on the news, right? That's what they might say. So then you start to realize that a lot of people out there aren't thinking for themselves. And a lot of the times, the people who pressure us to do something haven't really thought about why they're doing it themselves. What? Slow motion this side. Unite, deep divers. The power is with the people. And right now, the greatest power we have is to choose love, is to unite with other human beings who share the same values as us. Because there is strength in numbers. And united we stand, divided we fall. Come together and remind yourself every little thing is gonna be all right. And then just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful, deep divers. Isn't it beautiful out here? Let me show you around. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. One love to all of you. Shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you are a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart who wants to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. Let me know why you have what it takes. Add me on Instagram, Deep Divers, for more daily inspiration at Ralph Smart, at Official Ralph Smart, and Facebook at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters as well, and Snapchat at Good Ass Prana, baby. Check out the new book, Deep Divers, for more powerful, life-changing information just like this. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. They tried to bury us. They forgot we were seeds. They tried to lie to us. They forgot we were the truth. Okay, they tried to put pressure on us, deep divers. They forgot we were turning into diamonds. Ooh, I like that. Stand in your truth, deep divers. Do not back down. Stand for what you believe in. Do what is real for your soul. And if someone has an issue with that, too bad. They ain't got to go home, but they got to get the hell out of here. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You! Breathe and be free, deep divers. Nature reminds us of that every single day. Go live, Ralph. You want me to go live with this topic? Say, go live. I'm alive in the heart of nature. It's so beautiful out here. Should I give you a tour, deep divers? Let me hold this. Wait a second. Oh, deep divers, we're moving right now. I like this. Ooh. One love to all of you. You are the power. I love all of you. One love. Peace.